Hello, everyone. Today, let's learn about subgrade protection and reinforcement engineering construction. Slope protection for subgrade. Skeleton vegetation protection. In the previous lesson, we studied vegetation protection, and now we will delve into skeleton vegetation protection. The components of skeleton vegetation protection include masonry protection combined with vegetation protection. Characteristics: it can stabilize the subgrade slope, blend with the surrounding natural environment, beautify the environment with low-cost and convenient construction. It is currently one of the most important forms of subgrade slope protection on expressways. 1. Vegetation protection of mortar rubble or cement concrete skeleton. Suitable for soil and completely weathered rock slopes, less than 1 to 0.75. When the slope surface is severely eroded by water or is wet, the gradient should be less than 1 to 1. Construction key points. Inside the skeleton, plants or other auxiliary protective measures should be adopted. Under the grass layer, there should be 50 to 100 millimeters of planting soil, and the grass layer should be closely attached to the slope and skeleton. 2. Vegetation protection of polygonal cement concrete hollow block. 1. It is applicable to soil and completely weathered and highly weathered rock slopes with a gradient less than 1 to 0.75. Set mortar rubble or cement concrete skeleton is needed. 2. The concrete strength of the polygonal cement concrete hollow precast block should not be lower than C20, and the thickness should not be less than 150 millimeters. Inside the hollow precast block, planting soil should be filled, and grass should be sprayed. Construction key points. It should be carried out after the embankment settlement is stable and the precast block is accepted. Before laying the precast block, the slope surface should be leveled, and the precast block should be closely attached to the slope surface without gaps and smooth with adjacent slope surfaces. 3. Anchor bolt concrete frame vegetation protection. 1. It is applicable to soil slopes and rock cutting slopes without unfavorable structural planes in the slope body and weathered and broken. 2. Non-pre-stressed full-length bonded anchor bolts are adopted. The frame should be made of reinforced concrete, and the concrete strength should not be lower than C25. Construction precautions for anchor bolts. 1. Before construction, the hole position should be measured and marked on the slope surface according to the design requirements. 2. Before construction, pull-out tests must be carried out in strict accordance with the design requirements, and test records shall be made in detail. 3. Anchor bolt drilling must comply with the design requirements. After hole forming, the hole should be cleaned in time, and the anchor bolt should be installed. 4. The anchor bolt body should be straight and derusted and degreased. The anchor bolt installation must be centered and positioned with grouting pipes, and the length of the grouting pipe should not be less than the length of the anchor bolt. During the grouting process, the grouting pipe should not be dragged or pulled out. 5. Anchor bolt grouting should use the bottom-up reverse flow grouting method. The strength, water-cement ratio, and grouting pressure of the cement slurry, mortar, should meet the design requirements. 6. Anchor bolt reinforcement should be embedded in the frame beam according to the design requirements and firmly wielded with the frame beam reinforcement. After the frame beam reinforcement is bound, concrete should be poured promptly. Construction process flow of skeleton grass planting for slope protection. 1. Construction preparations. 2. Surveying and setting out. 3. Trench excavation. 4. Manual trimming. 5. Trench inspection. 6. Masonry, pouring. 7. Quality inspection. Construction preparation. Brush the slope. After lofting, excavate the foundation pit. And due to the small working face, excavation is mostly done manually. After the foundation pit is accepted, set up the framework and pour concrete or lay mortar rubble. Quality inspection. That's all for today's class. Thank you.